A few months ago, I was looking on Facebook Marketplace, as we all do, and I saw this 66 Jeep, and I thought, wow, that'd be really cool, and I mentioned it to Christina. Well, I didn't know this. She actually went out to look at the Jeep and bought it, and she only told me a few weeks ago.
I did. And I cannot tell you to this day what compelled me the following morning, but something told me you need to go buy this Jeep as a gift for Richard.
It turns out that this is a very special Jeep. And this video is a little bit different because there's a very strong human element with the previous owner of this Jeep and the comparisons to me.
Yeah. So I think you're gonna find it very interesting and very funny that there's actually several of him that exist in this world. I did not know this. So we hope you enjoy the video.
Let's get started.
All right, guys, so we are here, and they've actually moved the Jeep since the last time we were here. So, Richard, I'm going to let you go around and have a look. And while you're looking at it, I think I'm going to just chat with Rex's daughter and wife. So, have fun.
Thanks.
Check it out. Okay, so you've had a chance to look at it. What do you think?
It's pretty cool. You know, my big fear with these old Jeeps is frame rust, particularly where the springs go to the frame. And this one's fine. The frame on this is really, really good, actually. It's got the typical Jeep rust, but they all do that. But it's not structural. And you know, there's some good things to work with here. This is not going to be the vehicle that you take on a cross-country trip. These weren't cross-country trip vehicles when they were new. But this is something that we're going to get running and roadworthy and have some fun with.
Tow truck is here and ready to get this Jeep home. Okay, we got the Jeep home. You excited?
Very.
Yeah.
This is always an exciting time. The most exciting thing is, can the ramp truck make it up the driveway? If they do, will it run? It's easy.
Yeah, especially in the dark.
Yeah. Well, thankfully it's not raining. But this guy's a pro. Christina, we're going to see how well you did with your purchase.
Do you not think I've learned anything from you in 18 months?
Oh, you have for sure. You have for sure. But Jeeps are an interesting thing. There's probably no vehicle more polarizing. People either love them or they hate them. And, you know, I happen to be more in the love camp. I've owned a number of them. But this one is the oldest one I've ever owned. And the older you get, the more quirky they get.
I did a good job.
Oh, look at that. Okay, let's check this out. So we know that there's new, oh wow, there was a battery in it. So we know there's new pieces in here, but in fact the engine never ran. So.
We don't know that.
Yeah, we do.
That it never ran?
Yeah, since the owner had it, yeah, we know that.
How do you know that?
That's what they said. Yeah, they never heard it run. They never heard it run. He started working on it and never got sick and never finished.
Well, maybe they just weren't there.
I think he would have told them this was pretty important to him. Let's start off with our custom gas tank.
I've seen worse.
Yeah, oh yeah, I've seen worse. It's got a mechanical fuel pump down. Yeah, bypassing the original fuel pump, which is still in it. It's got, this is interesting, it's got a minus 45 on here. Now what do you think that's for?
I don't know.
That's the coolant.
Oh.
Somebody has so much coolant in here, it's protected to minus 45. So we're covered. In Tennessee, we're covered. As I look around, I mean, it doesn't look too bad. It's got new plug wires on it, new carb.
New radiator?
Does it?
Yeah, I checked it.
Oh yeah.
New oil filter?
Yep.
New.
Yep.
The oil is new?
The oil is new? Mm-hmm. Wow.
I made a good purchase. And the battery can be traded in for $15 off the new one.
That's true. And we might even try to get this back. It's September 2015
Well,
when it was purchased. We may try to get some money. We might try to bring this battery back. It wouldn't be unheard of.
oh, and check out the distributor and the cap.
Yeah, new cap, not connected. That's interesting because
That was
the cap.
me.
Oh,
I
that
checked
was
it
you.
and didn't connect it.
Oh, okay. Oh, look at that. Now that's attention to detail. See that tie wrapper on the wire? The owner didn't want the wire rubbing up against the spinning distributor shaft, so he tied it out of the way. That's not something I've seen, but that's pretty cool. That is attention to detail.
And I believe that's a new starter.
Yeah, and that's, you know, the starter and carbs are our biggest problem, so.
So far I did a good job.
Yeah, for sure. And this cap, you can tell it's never been run. There's not a mark on the cap at all on the terminals, but it certainly looks like it's going to run without too much trouble. Let's move on to the front.
So all of these parts that Rex did not use are in the back of my car. I mean, how many times do we buy a car with brand new parts?
Yeah. Never.
Exactly.
Never.
Again, I made a fantastic buy. Exhaust pipe.
Yeah. Lots of exhaust pipes. The whole system.
Clutch. New muffler. I forget what these are, but that's okay. You're gonna find out soon. I did a good job on this purchase. You need to back me up.
I dig this stuff.
So we have a fuel pump in the white box.
Yep. Fuel pump, starter solenoid.
Muffler. Yeah,
I don't know if we need a starter solenoid.
and then this is clutch, right?
Yeah, that's a pressure plate. Yep.
Nice.
Yep.
My investment is paying off already. Okay, so he's gonna try the brake pedal, which we have not done yet. What? There was a new master cylinder, yes?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, darn.
Although I can see the master cylinder through the floor, it doesn't look that bad. Something's up here because when I press the brake, the clutch goes with it. And vice versa, so that's going to need some Cree oil, I think. But hey, we might get brakes out of this thing. Something is definitely up with the clutch. I don't know what. I need to look at that. But while I'm in here, quick primer on Jeeps. The older they get, the more primitive they get. This is a CJ5, and you can tell it's a CJ5 from a CJ7 by this little bump here. CJ7's is straight across. The CJ5 is closer to a war Jeep than the CJ7. It's smaller. This thing is primitive. It's a 66, and it's primitive. Very little in the way of gauges. Check out this steering wheel. I mean, it's about as basic as you can get. It's got a wiper motor for each side.
That's funny.
That's super cool, and it looks like they're interchangeable, so that you can pull this one over if this one breaks. But it is really, really simple, and I've never had one this old, so there's going to be some learning for me as to how it works. One unique feature is the gas tank under the seat, just where you want it.
I always thought that was funny.
Especially in wartime.
Yeah.
That's what you want.
Well, come on now.
All right, let's get to it. This is an interesting use I found for Cree oil. This Jeep, of course, having no top on it for years and years and years, the shifter was stuck. It was rusted, so it barely moved. It did move, but barely moved. So what I did is I lifted the boot, or what's left of it, and I sprayed Cree oil down around the base of the shifter handle in there, and I let it sink in, and I started to move the shifter as best I could back and forth, and the Cree oil sunk down in. You can see there's no more there. It sunk down in, and look at this now. It's beautiful. Reverse, first, second, third. So from barely moving to normal. Just in a few minutes, let the Cree oil sink in. All right, let's check if this thing's seized. I doubt it looking at it, but you just never know. Oh, yeah, it might be. Oh, wait a minute, this thing's in gear. I gotta take it out of gear.
Okay, now try. I was going to say it wasn't seized when I checked it, but it's been almost 3 months.
No, it's not seized at all. Not at all. The starter might have been. I just heard a big
Click.
yeah, a click like a disengagement. So the starter might have been a little seized, but no, we're good. We're good. This is spinning good. So usually I have to worry about things like an oil filter being very old or a bad, a Fram, bad brand. This one's a Wix and it looks relatively new. I mean, the top is pretty dirty, but it's relatively new. And there's not a whole lot for me to worry about here. So I might send you out to buy vehicles more often. Okay, next up, we're going to scope one of these cylinders. All right, Christina, which plug do you want me to scope?
2.
2. Okay, 2 it is. Okay, let's check number 2. Oh, there's some rust on there. Look at that. There's quite a bit of rust around the end of the plug. I thought these were new. They're not new.
Oh, maybe they're just gently used.
Yeah, they're certainly not new. And there's a lot of debris around the spark plug hole. So these aren't new. So let's scope that cylinder. I'm glad we did this.
You want me to... What are you doing? Oh, are you trying
Scope
to
is on.
record me?
This is what Christina
Oh my
looks like
gosh.
through the scope.
You're crazy.
Okay.
I don't know if you guys can see that. It's so
Boy,
bright
that
out.
looks really good. Wow.
You say that when I have pot roast ready.
Yeah, that's true.
It does. It looks really clean in there.
Yes. I mean, there's minor rust, see that?
Yeah, but
But
that's
compared
nothing.
to what we're used to,
Yeah, that's nothing.
yay. Yay, yay. The valve
Well, there's a
has
little bit
rust
right
on
there.
it. Yep, the valve has rust on it. Oh, there's quite a bit of rust at the edge of the valve.
Well, it's been sitting for, I think, 5-6 years.
Yeah. I would say, based on what I see, at least, that's why this plug has rust on it.
Yeah. Well, let's pull the rest of them.
Okay.
Are you going to put some Creole down there?
You know what? Yeah, I am, since we're here.
Girl. Hey. Hey, boo-boo.
You helping us with the Jeep?
Are you coming to me? Yeah, she's my good friend.
Okay, we're going to try something new. Instead of using tape, let's write on the wire. Look at that.
Nice.
Very nice. And here's a 1.
And 3 and 4.
3. Four. All right, I'm going to blow out all the crap that's around these plug holes. This one's rusty only in the threads, the very bottom of the threads, rather than inside. Inside it's okay.
Yeah. Huh.
All right, so this is number 4. Rust around the washer, but no rust on the plug inside the head. Same with number 3. It seems like number 2, the one you chose to take out, was the worst. But none of them are terrible. We're going to scope number 4 as well.
I don't know if you guys can see because I can hardly see it.
You got to
The
get a
sun
little
is
closer to
right
it.
in the way.
There is some rust in here. The valve is open, see that?
Uh-huh.
The valve is open. It looks like it's in good shape. It's got a lot of junk on it. Ooh, there's some rust. There's some rust.
Mm-hmm.
There's a little bit of rust there, but not bad. Not bad at all. So I think we're going to be okay. I'm not going to bother scoping the other two because the plugs looked decent.
Hey guys, just want to take 1 second to let you know that when I went to look at and purchase the Jeep, I found out that it had a really great story behind it with the previous owner that had passed away about 6 years ago. So I interviewed his wife and it was just a wonderful, wonderful experience. We're going to play that footage for you at the end of the video, so be sure to hang around for that.
Okay, I'm just putting a little bit in here. Just to lube it up when we start cranking it over. If there is any rings that are starting to stick, it'll help it quite a bit. So I'm putting about 4 seconds worth of squirt in it. For an engine this small, that's a lot. So let's talk about this engine for a sec. This engine, in '66 there were two options. The Dauntless V6 and the Hurricane 4. This is the Hurricane 4. And I don't think it's aptly named because this is not hurricane power. This is power more like a lawn sprinkler and a blow dryer.
Okay. I don't even know how to take that, but okay.
All right. This is a vent. How do you open it? This thing is stuck solid. I'm assuming it comes off. Yeah, that's not moving. I'm gonna have to get those huge pliers we got as a gift.
Do you want to hit it with a hammer?
No.
Aw. So, if you're new to the channel, you will learn that I love hitting things that won't start and won't open with the hammer.
So we had a viewer send us these. Thank you so much, Richard. We're about to use them for the first time. What it is? Don't record me being dumb. Oh, oh,
I said
cool.
slide it
It's got a button.
down.
I've been trying to slide it down, but it's got a button.
Blooper.
Oh, that's cool. Look at the button action.
It's fancy.
Very fancy. I have no such tools like this. All right, Jeep enthusiasts are going to get mad at me because maybe that doesn't come off. It's frozen solid.
Okay, so now you're going to go under there and check to see if what?
See what's going on with the clutch. Okay. All right, I can see what's happening here. The clutch and the brake are on the same shaft.
Uh-huh.
And the shaft has grease fittings, and they haven't been greased in a while, I bet. Like 50 years. So when you press one, the other moves.
Gotcha. It looks like he had already put a new piece of pipe on there, too.
Yeah. Why don't you give me the camera? There's some interesting stuff in here I'd like to show. This shaft here is the same for the clutch and the brake. This is the clutch coming down right here. And the brake is on the other side of the frame. The brake pedal right there. Now, being under here, look what I found. This brake line here, it's crudely bent, but it's not old. So this is, you know, if I look at the fitting is quite corroded, but the line itself, you know, it's not new, but it's not that old. And this master cylinder, same deal. It's not new, but it's not old. This is the master cylinder right here. It's an underfloor job. So I don't want to say this with too much confidence, but it might have brakes. So on these clutch and brake pivot points, I'm going to use both grease and Cree oil. The grease will get inside and the Cree oil will take care of the rest.
I can't see what you're doing.
No, you can't see it from there. All right, but why don't you press the brake or the clutch now?
Okay.
Are they both moving still?
Yes.
Okay, keep doing it, please.
It's getting harder. Oh, it's so much harder to move it.
Yeah, these are really seized up. Okay, let me put the grease in.
Got a little assembly line going here. I'm holding the clutch up with my toe. Okay. Well, they didn't come up together. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Oh no, oh no, it's stuck on him. How's that?
Push the clutch in.
Uh-huh.
Let off.
Yep. It won't come back up on its own.
Wow.
But now, if I let go of the brake, see, I had my foot on the brake as well.
Yeah.
Now I've got clutch up, brake in.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Try that again. Okay, go ahead. Oh, that's good.
Uh-huh.
That's good. We're
Clutch it.
getting there.
Clutch is up, brake is in.
Okay, put some more Creole on it. Shaft here is just super corroded, but it's better. The Creole and the grease has made it better. So I think it's workable now.
Oh, you're right. I can see the master cylinder. It doesn't look that bad at all.
No, it doesn't.
Not at
Doesn't.
all. Well, what is this wood here? And why? It looks like it's wood that's rotting away. You guys see that?
Where?
Maybe it's just a hose or something. Come up here and look at it. I don't know.
That's a branch. Yeah, this thing, that's just a branch that's falling through the floor.
Oh, thank God. I started to think maybe someone was using wood to get this, to put this together. Oh, thank goodness.
Yeah. Now, why that? Actually, that's not a branch.
It has a hole drilled in it. Do you
That's
see
a piece
that?
of wood.
But oh no, what is going on with that?
I have no idea. No idea.
And there's a
why
weird
that's
piece
there.
of metal on top. Do you see that?
Yeah.
It's pushed over.
Yeah.
I've never seen anything like
No
this.
idea. No idea. But let's get that master cylinder opened up. Hopefully this isn't fused shut. If it is, it's going to be a little tough to get off. Oh, it's tight. Oh, yeah. That's going to take some doing. That is tight.
Maybe we should just put Creole all over the entire Jeep.
Oh, I'd like to submerge this thing in Creole. Seriously.
Yeah.
We're going to use a lot on this thing. I cannot get... I'm going to have to use a wrench. I can't get a socket in there. I'm going to try to loosen up this cap. No go.
Yeah, I could tell.
Nope. It doesn't want to move.
We might need to use some heat on it.
I don't want to put heat on it because it, you know, there's rubber in there and it might melt. I'm just going to have to keep hammering on it and we'll get back to you.
What's that yellow wire go to?
Don't know.
Hmm.
We'll figure that out later. Don't know what it's for. Okay. Just watch it, see if it moves.
I'm watching.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, it's not moving. Are you trying to move
I've
it?
seen this before.
Hmm. Maybe we should just go to something else. Like, to see if it starts.
Well, we're going to have to because...
Yeah, I think we should. Oh, that's a nice extension. Look at that.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's just see if it starts.
Okay.
Girl, what are you doing? Hmm. Oh, we agreed to move on to something else.
Yeah, this is not coming out.
You know what happens is you become obsessive over one thing.
Oh, it's not coming out, so.
Yeah.
If there's no fluid in there, it's going to be a problem.
Well.
That thing is stuck hard.
Uh-huh.
Whew. Okay.
Now, for those of you out there that have worked on cars, you know exactly what I'm talking about. When I say you can become obsessed with getting that one piece, and it doesn't even matter at the time, right? So, yeah, that's what's going on here. Alrighty. So, yes, we did make some handles for our battery. We bought, is it 2 new batteries at Costco?
Yeah.
And neither of them came with a handle, and we asked if we could have a handle, and they said if they come with a handle, they come with a handle. All right, so gonna clean those up.
Yep.
And then we're gonna try to see if the starter spin over.
Yep.
So are you gonna hook? Well, we have a key, but we don't know if that's gonna work. So are you gonna hook up the button, the manual start button?
Probably, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, probably.
But see, this is the one I'm worried about. This one is so bad. I think it might require quite a bit of cleaning.
It's good now. It's good. Okay, let's try the spark test. There's not much in here to cause a short on these Jeeps.
No, I don't see anything.
Whoop.
Oh, I heard something though.
Yeah, what was that?
It was a spark.
Yeah, it's a spark from something. What's on?
Well, you're asking the wrong girl. I mean, I don't even know what these things do in here.
On?
Is it what?
On? No.
Is it supposed to be straight up?
Yeah.
Okay, it's straight up. What
Okay,
about...
check this gauge. See if this gauge moves.
Okay, let me get over there.
Significant drop.
Go ahead. You know, here's the thing. It goes to the left, but not much.
No, it won't go much.
Okay.
Okay, so we've got a draw somewhere.
Maybe it's this.
Huh?
Oh no, I said maybe it's this. It looked like it was down. I was gonna. Oh,
Be careful with that.
Wonder if that
It's
was
plastic. Might be. Let's get some oil in there first.
Pushed in. You think that's a windshield wiper, maybe?
No.
No.
Well, I don't know what this is, honestly. It's not factory. But this switch is in bad shape.
Mm-hmm. What about the red button? We don't know what that one's here.
That's the starter button.
No, this one.
Oh, yeah, I don't know. That's a good idea. Let's try it now.
Okay.
That was it.
Ha ha!
That was it.
Is it the yellow wire? The one that went
And
that's hanging down there by the master cylinder?
This one that goes to nothing.
Oh yeah. Huh.
Well, that doesn't make any sense.
Well, I mean, half the things that we find in these cars don't make sense. So.
All right, when I say turn that switch back on.
The red one?
Yeah.
Okay. So you want to see if that was it or if it was the other one?
Go ahead.
No, it's not moving.
No.
It must have been this first one.
Yeah, try moving that black one again.
Okay.
Nothing.
Hold on. Now try it.
No.
Then that's weird. Those are the... Oh, yes, it does. It is.
Yeah.
It is. It is.
Yeah.
So it's the black one. Hold on. Okay, now try it again.
No.
It's nothing. It was the black one. I pushed it back to where it was.
Whatever that switch is, it's not ignition because we tried for spark at the points with the switch on and nothing happened. So it's something else. So we're just going to bypass it and use the trigger and jump the coil. All right, so before we hit it with the starter, I'm just going to spin this over twice.
It looks like it's moving a lot easier.
Yeah, it's moving super easy now, but there's no plugs in it, so that's part of the reason why.
Yeah.
And we have Cree-oil in the cylinders, so it doesn't appear to me, if we have compression, we don't have any valve problems, so if we have compression,
It would have
this thing
stopped
should
somewhere. Oh yeah, but if you were stuck somewhere, then that would have stopped somewhere, right?
Yeah.
Down.
Yeah, I've gone around 2 times and it's thumbs up. It's beautiful. All right, the trigger's hooked up. Let's see if this thing spins over. And it should. Look at girl, she's going to get afraid when I do this. on the tire. Watch out, buddy.
Maybe I'll just record her.
Yeah.
What are you doing? Starter works.
Yeah. Starter works. Beautiful. Beautiful. All right, let's get those plugs in.
So I don't know what that is. I'm gonna have to ask Richard. I pulled this up and asked Richard what it went to, but it doesn't go to anything.
The hose to nowhere.
Hope so. I don't know. He's just kind of in there. So Richard was asking about the throttle return spring, and I told him, I see it down there.
Yeah, the end of it's rotted off.
Yeah, that happens a lot. That's very common.
Yeah, it is. Okay.
So this is what I was asking about. What is that where you said?
Oh, that's a block drain.
Oh, is that what it is?
That's to drain the block of water for
Oh.
wintertime.
Okay.
That's what that's for.
So what are you checking for? Oh, you want to put gas in there?
Yep.
Gotcha.
Boy, isn't that nice to have a brand new one of these?
I know. That literally never happens to us.
No, it's a first.
Thank goodness I bought this
It's a
car.
first. A real interesting carburetor.
Yeah, what's so interesting about it?
If you can see down in there, can you see that?
Mm-hmm.
The jet's right in the middle of the throat.
Yeah, I see it.
That is really interesting. Okay, we're going to use chainsaw gas to try to kick this over. We don't know how long it's been run. Chainsaw gas has a little oil in it. It's going to be a little easier on the engine, so that's what we're going to try.
Okay, you ready?
Yep,
Go.
here's our ignition. Oh, look at the fuel pump made noise.
Nice.
Let's try that again.
Yeah. Oh, it's
Okay.
moving right here?
Yeah, hold on. We don't want that.
Aw.
These fuel pumps, if you run them dry, they'll die
Oh,
pretty
hey,
quickly.
do you want to try to put some gas right there then? Since it's hooked up to this, right?
Well, we could feed our tank right into this, yes, once we get it fired. Well, I guess there's no harm
No harm, no foul.
in hooking gas right up to it now.
Oh, oh my gosh, it almost started.
Oh wow!
Did you hear
It
that?
works, yeah. All right, then let's hook up the tank.
Let me get a look.
It looks okay.
Yeah, I mean, there's some dirt in there.
Let me put some gas in it and see
But-
if it flows through. Well, some dirt can cause us a lot of grief.
Yeah, that's true. How?
Let's see.
Oh, it's got a. Is that a leak? Oh no, you just drifted. Okay. Oh yeah.
It's not flowing. This gas line is
Twisted?
Tacos. It's very old. This gas line.
Oh yeah, I see.
Yeah, it was partially plugged.
Yeah, and you know, I noticed a drip at the bottom. You might need to tighten that.
That was probably me spilling
Do you think that was
gas.
you? Oh, okay, okay.
I'm going to put the spark checker on and make sure we're getting spark.
I feel like we're getting spark.
I hope you're right. Ready?
I'm ready.
Moment of truth.
Yeah, let's see if your gift works.
It's in neutral. So
Good.
it shouldn't go anywhere.
Oh, that's good.
All right, let's try a little chainsaw gas down the throat. Hook the ignition up.
Contact.
Okay, starter doesn't sound that healthy. So we're getting spark through that spark checker?
Go ahead, try again. That scared me. That always does that.
Yeah, this starter is temperamental.
But I didn't see any
Try it
spark.
again. Oh, it's got spark. 'Cause
Oh, it does?
fired.
Okay, I
It
didn't-
fired.
Do you need more gas? Do you want some gas?
It's almost like the plug wires are out of order.
That was 2.
Okay.
Is that the
So,
problem? Firing order?
Christina Googled the firing order, and initial indication is that it's wrong. But the right way to check it is not just look at the distributor, but to find out if you're top dead center. And that means the number 1 piston up to the top with both valves closed. So how do you do that? Well, very simple. You buy this TDC whistle, top dead center whistle. As the piston comes up with the valves closed, it's going to push air out of the spark plug hole and thus activate the whistle. When the whistle stops, you know you're a top dead center. So that's what we're going to do. And once we're there, we know the rotor needs to point at the spark plug for this number 1 cylinder where the whistle is.
Okay, so this is your warning. If you have a small dog or dogs around the TV, this sound might make them bark. So that was your warning. You got it. Good job.
Okay. Piston's starting to come up.
I think you're good. Yeah. Oh no. Did it start over?
No, I pulled it back.
Okay.
I think that's it. So let's see where the rotor is pointing. Huh.
Nowhere near where it should be.
Yeah, the rotor's pointing down. So is this one then number 1? The one that's at the bottom. Let's try this one. This is why you use the whistle. Well, you check top dead center. How about this one? Is this one number 1? Yeah, that's the one I removed.
Oh, okay,
so that's
yeah.
number 1. That means this one, what's this firing order? 1-3?
4-2.
4-2. So this should be 3.
That is 3.
Okay, good. And that means this one should be 4. That comes under this guy. Yep,
That's
that looks
4.
like 4. Then that leaves this one left to be 2.
That's 2.
Okay. So it's right. Why is popping through the carb? I'm not quite sure. It could be that the initial timing is way off, but it doesn't look it. Looking at the distributor, it's right in the middle. Well, we'll try it again and see what happens.
Do you need to take the whistle out?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I don't want to start it with that in there.
What would happen? Nothing?
It would probably make a lot of noise and might ruin my whistle.
Oh no.
It would make a lot of noise. We're going to give it another try. We know the firing order's right. So why it's acting strangely, I don't know. That fuel pump does sound like it's working.
Should it shake like that?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Starter sounded better that time. Not that time.
No. I gotta tell you, that's annoying.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So it's only running on 3 cylinders. I don't know why yet, but
Is
I
that
think
that fuel pump again?
I think this fuel pump might be overpowering the carburetor.
Really?
If I had to guess, this gas just pouring down the carb, or it could be that the float's not working on the carb. Yeah, it's pouring in there, so I gotta free that up. But I need you to check the oil pressure gauge.
Oh, sure. So, Richard, you have my favorite tool.
Yeah, just in case the
Float is stuck.
needle and seat is stuck
Yeah.
open, which is how this is behaving. All right, let's try it. Just check that oil pressure gauge.
Oh. That's odd. Huh.
Yeah, something's really wrong with the starter. Popping that you hear, that's the dead cylinder.
Oh, okay.
It shouldn't pop like that.
Is something leaking?
Number 4. That's not hot. Whereas this one is red hot. Down a little as the engine heats up.
I'm going to check and see if it's charging. It'd be shocking if it was.
It is.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I can't believe that.
I can't either.
No way.
Charging.
From that old generator that's like 60 some odd years ago.
Yeah, and this old regulator.
Oh my gosh.
was running on all 4.
Oh, I know. So you think it's number 4?
I do. It's a guess, but I think so. So we're going to run a
Where's
quick
that smoke coming from?
compression test. It's probably just some oil on the exhaust.
Okay.
Nothing to worry about. This won't take any time to run a compression test on if the starter cooperates. We're going to test the compression of number 4, which is the one I'm thinking is bad. Okay, go ahead.
There's nothing.
Nothing. Okay, maybe I'm loose here.
Yeah. Or maybe you're
Yeah,
right.
It was a little loose.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead.
Can you point it this way?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, cut.
There's nothing there.
Yeah, nothing. That's very bad. Let's try the others.
Okay.
Let's hope it's my gauge.
All right.
9.3. Okay.
That one's fine.
Yeah, that one's
Can you show it to me?
just short of 140.
Yeah.
So that one's good.
So unfortunately, it was not your.
My gauge.
Yes.
I didn't think it was.
It's good.
Okay. I mean, before the starter kicked out, it was 120.
Mm-hmm.
That'll do.
Yeah.
You kind of want plus or minus 10%. And, you know, 10% of 140 is 14. So we're close. It's nothing I'm going to sweat.
Last one.
Go
Ready?
for it. Okay.
You're good.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's clearly 140.
Uh-huh. Okay. You want to try the 4th one more time just to be sure?
I do, just to be sure.
Okay.
I mean, 0 is very, very bad. That's not rings. If it's 0, it's probably valves. Try number 4 one more time.
All right. Well,
We got dead cylinder in number 4.
things just got interesting.
Yep. So the theory we had a dead cylinder is right. The theory it was number 4 is right. So how did we know it was number 4? Very simply, I was just touching the exhaust ports to find out which one was coolest, and number 4 was coolest.
Well, plus you have a 25% chance of being right. Those are good odds.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, we're going to pull the valve cover and see if we can identify a bad valve or something. Probably not, but maybe. This is super stuck.
It is. Do you need a screwdriver there?
Yeah, I may need to pry it. I don't like to pry it, but I may need to.
Is there a gasket there that could rip or no?
The gasket is what's doing this.
Oh, you got it.
It's coming. It's coming. Oh, my mistake.
Is there another screw in there?
There's another bolt under this bolt.
Oh.
That bolt just held the wires in place.
It happens to the best of us.
So I wonder if this one is crossed too,
Maybe.
like the first one. Maybe. Doesn't seem to be.
Okay, now my favorite part. Yay!
Okay, let's see what's going on in here. Yeah.
Can you see it? I hope the viewers can see it okay. Oh, nice. There we go.
Oh yeah.
See it? Let me
Yeah.
come over here for better. Yeah. It's a little messy.
Yeah, there's rust there. Water got in the back.
You're right,
Probably
but it is
dripped
right
through
around
here.
there. Yeah, and you can see a little bit started to form on 3.
Yep.
But
Yep.
2 and 1, not so bad. But that back there. Wow. So can we just clean this up, or what do you think? What are we gonna have to do?
We're gonna turn it over and see if this is.
If it moves up and down,
Uh-oh.
is it? Oh! Interest. That's
The
broke.
valve's stuck open.
Ah, yeah.
The valve is stuck open. Ooh, we may get out of this scot-free if we can free this valve up. It is stuck open. Okay, that's the best scenario we could have hoped for. Now, the piston didn't hit that valve because remember we spun it by hand
that's
2
right.
times.
Mm-hmm.
Glad I did that.
Yeah.
Um,
So we're gonna
now-
try to turn it over and watch it move.
no, I'm gonna get my brass hammer and see if I can free this valve up.
Oh, okay. Darn.
All right, there's our problem. Look at that. That's not supposed to do that. And the reason it's doing that is because this valve is stuck. There's rust around here and the valve is stuck.
It looks pretty bad in there.
Yep.
So, you're getting all that gunk out.
Yeah, and there's a lot. So
you need to get that out because that can go back down in the oil, right?
Yes.
And then what happens then?
Yeah, it'll get caught up in the oil filter, but it's of course not a good thing to have this in there in case it gets into a bearing or something. But what I want to do is find a spot where I can hit the valve with a brass hammer. Why brass? Because brass is softer than this steel, and I don't want to damage the steel. I'd rather damage the hammer.
Mm-hmm.
I think it came up just a hair.
I don't know.
But
Are you going to try
nearly
to pry
enough.
it with a screwdriver?
Yes.
I've seen you do that before.
Yep.
I think we did that on the black Chevy and the 1930 Chevy?
Yeah, we've done it a bunch
Several
of
times.
You know, honestly, it's not the best thing to do.
So let me ask you this. Could it be like that because it just, all that gunk just rusted it or closed it up? Okay.
Yep.
That could be it.
I'm pretty confident that's why it's stuck.
That's what, okay.
It's no coincidence all this rust back here. It got into the guide and stuck it. Hard time getting in here. It's so stuck.
Well, do you want to know why? I can tell you why. We're not used to having a carburetor on the car.
Yeah.
Do you want to go the other side?
Yeah, maybe.
Okay. So can you get a better view? I mean, not view, but yeah, I think, yeah.
I just can't get at the valve to hit
Yeah.
it. I'm baby tapping it. And I can't be baby tapping it. Whoa! Look
it
at
popped
that!
out. You got it.
Look at that!
Did you see that big piece of rust just pop off of it? Oh my goodness.
Wow.
Okay. Should we try to clean that up a little bit more?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, let's clean it up, and we're going to turn it over without any plugs in it to see if it actually sticks back down or if it keeps popping up on its own.
So will we see an oil well like we did with Lula?
No.
Oh,
Well, we will. We'll see oil come out of these holes, but probably not like Lula.
okay. Well, okay. Well, I can hear that. You can hear it. It's like has a grinding to it. The consistency when you put it on the metal over here.
Yeah, it's rust. It's not bad oil.
Grainy. That's what I'm looking for. I couldn't
Rust.
find my word. Grainy. Yeah. That's. It almost feels like little pieces of gravel. That's what it feels like to my finger.
That's the way the engine sees it too.
Little pieces of gravel.
Yeah.
Yeah, this could take a while. This could take a while.
The thing we'll be looking at is right here to see if that valve comes back up when it's pushed down.
Okay, let me go the other side. Hold on.
Oops, I just sprayed it.
Okay. All right. Ready? Ah,
Came
starter.
back up.
It went down.
See, the starter is screwing up in the same spot, which tells me that the flywheel might have some teeth missing.
Well, you said that very early on that you were worried about that.
It seems like it. But the valve is coming up. Yep. Okay, good. Okay, we're going to start it without the valve cover. We're not going to run it long because oil is going to squirt up from it. But I need to see that that valve is working correctly. And with the starter the way it is, I can't tell just cranking the starter because it only cranked 3/4 of a turn before it kicks out.
It's moving. The sound's much better as well.
Yeah, I mean, it does sound better.
Yeah.
It's running on 4 cylinders.
Yeah.
Look at that guy. Looking great. See the oil?
Oh, I can see it starting to. Oh, yeah. Let's check the oil pressure real fast. There we go.
back together.
All right. Yeah, I mean,
Cool.
I couldn't believe the difference in the sound.
Oh, cool.
Now you really like your gift, don't you?
I liked it anyway. I'm just excited that we were able to fix that with minimal effort.
Yeah.
Minimal.
And you know, I was telling Richard that I was really impressed with that gasket, because normally when we take that off, we always have an issue with the gasket just breaking in one corner, but this thing has not disappointed.
No, it has not. Check this out now. Got the spotlight working. This Jeep keeps getting better and better.
Okay, so guys, I wanted to introduce you to Rhonda. She was the wife of Rex, and Rex was the man who had purchased this Jeep as his car to work on during retirement. So, Rhonda, I was talking to you inside, and your Rex sounded so much like my Richard that it was comical. And there's one story in particular that I loved, and I wondered if you would share it, and it was the story about the Buick. I think that will give all of our viewers the perfect image of who Rex was. So, would you share that Buick story again?
Sure.
Okay.
He was, at the time, 17, I think, almost 18, and he found this old 66 Buick Electra convertible that he wanted to fix up and restore, and so it had actually been burnt. It was terrible, and he brought it home on a car hauler and up to his parents' house, and he told them that he was going to fix it up, and I think that even his parents doubted him.
Oh, no.
And he went to school and told his friends what he had found and brought home and was going to restore. So some of his guy friends and maybe a couple of girls that was hung around with him came out and saw what he had brought home, and they saw it and they laughed, and you know, they made jokes up about it, and he told him he was going to drive it to the prom, and again they laughed and you know, told him sure you are, you know, and but he worked on it for over a year, and he drove it to the prom, and so he showed them all that he was going to do what he said, and then I was sharing with them that after that it was continuously people calling wanting him to drive their kids and their grandkids in parades and homecoming events and just anything that would require a convertible.
Yeah,
they would call.
and I love that part because it was like all the people that laughed at him
Right.
weren't laughing anymore.
Right.
They were like, oh,
Right.
you did such a great job.
Right.
Can we borrow it now? So, and that was, but that's, and, you know, we talked some more, and that's just how he was. He was the kind of person that, you know, obviously he liked a challenge.
Right. He did.
Like Richard.
He did.
If you told him no, it was going to make him work twice as hard.
Right. He was
Like
going to show
Richard.
you that he could.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yep.
And I mean, it's just, I can imagine that if they would have known each other, they probably would have gotten a lot of trouble.
Good
So
friends. Yep.
I think that Richard is probably the perfect person to finish working on the Jeep that Rex bought to work on for his retirement. And
I would love that.
yeah. So another thing, I had asked your daughter Amber, how will it feel for you, the girls, and your son? You know, you guys are going to be able to watch this on YouTube. So you're going to be able to watch the progress of us bringing this Jeep back around. How do you feel about that?
I feel emotionally happy, excited. When Amber was trying to explain it to me, you know, I just thought this feels like some kind of divine intervention, that it's almost like you all were led here, almost like he led you.
I
here.
felt like I was led here. Yeah.
So because it's something that I've prayed about that you know would happen someday. I checked on there's a local restoration place right down the road here that's what they do is restore old things.
I
And
think we saw that on the way down. Do you remember what something custom?
Heavy Metal Customs.
Heavy Metal Customs, was that?
I can't remember the name
Oh,
of
I'm
it,
sorry.
but maybe.
Uh-huh.
And I actually have a friend that works there, and I was asking him, you know, what it would cost me to have it fixed up, and he said probably more than you paid for your first house. And I was like, oh,
Aw.
can't do that.
Aw.
You know, so I thought, well, I'll just keep hoping, and
Yeah.
and then you guys came along, and here we are.
All right.
Yeah, and so here we are. So this Jeep is definitely going to be used as a retirement project. So, oh, did a car go by? Richard is telling me to
Speak louder.
speak louder. So this Jeep is definitely going to be used for a retirement project.
Yeah.
It's going to be passed over to Richard. And Richard, I think that you're going to make a lot of people happy by letting them be able to watch you and the progress that you make, and then I'll get involved and do some cleanup work and do some work on the body, and together I think we're gonna create some magic.
It's in good hands.
We stood out in the freezing cold rain the day that he bought this for 7 hours waiting on it to auction, because it was in
Wow.
it was in a field of, I kid you not, about 200 or 300 vehicles, and they were going down the line, and they didn't go out of order, and this one was near the end, and we were there from about 7:30 that morning till about 3 in the afternoon when it finally sold.
Oh, you're a good
With
wife.
a 3-year-old,
She's a good wife.
What a great story that is.
with a 3-year-old that I was having to entertain all day until it finally sold.
Aw,
So we were there with him when he bought it, and so
Well.
I was happy that he was happy.
oh, that's, you didn't tell us that inside. Oh my gosh, she keeps telling us more things.
I keep remembering.
Thank you so much, Rhonda. Thank
Yeah,
you.
you're welcome.
And
Thank you.
I can't wait to get started and for you guys to be able to watch everything. Richard, how do you feel?
Wonderful. Yeah, really wonderful.
Good.
Yeah.
I'm glad.
All right. So
Okay.
thanks so much, everybody. And Rhonda, thank you. Can I give you a hug?
Oh, thank you so
much.
You're welcome.
Okay, I can tell we're going to be friends. Okay, guys, so just to let you know, we have named this Project J-Rex after the owner whose name was Rex. And to commemorate this, Richard is painting the word J-Rex on the Jeep. There you go. Nicely done, babe.
How's that?
I like it. All right, Project J-Rex.
That's it for today, but there'll be lots more of this Jeep coming.
That's right, Richard. There will be a lot more of this Jeep coming. So I would just like to take the time, Richard and I would like to take the time, I should say, to thank all of you for watching. And if you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button. That lets us know that you like the channel, you like the content, and you want to see more. Also, be sure to check us out on Facebook at What the Rust. And until next time, what do I always say, Richard?
Chatting with you in the comments.
We'll be chatting with you in the comments. Have a good New Year.